Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. So I want all y'all motherfuckers to sit down and listen to me. I'm about to piss some people off, but it's the stone cold truth. Eddie Hearn doesn't have the money that people say he has. I mean, he might be a millionaire. He might be a small-time millionaire. You know what I mean? And the reason why I say small-time millionaire, people are like, well, you're a millionaire. You're a millionaire. He gets his money from creditors. And here's how I believe he's getting his money from creditors. And what leads me to believe this is because I leverage my equity a lot, right? I leverage my equity, my ability to max out my loans at banks, my ability to leverage my cash. You understand what I'm saying? So just based off of the time frame, he cannot offer Deontay Wilder $15 million. Listen to the syntax of the conversation. Before Anthony Joshua fights. His revenue, similar to Golden Boy and Canelo, comes from Anthony Joshua. Everything he wants to create is post Anthony Joshua. All these fights that he wants to create. I know Amir Khan, that's a small fight where Amir Khan probably makes 1.2 million and the other guy, I don't know how much Amir Khan makes, and the other guy makes 300,000. So those are small purses per se. But I'm talking and with monies like that, you can get that from one investor, right? Hey, you give me $1 million, I'll bring you back 1.2 or 1 point, whatever the deal they make, 10%, 15%, whatever. Hard money loans, typically you get a higher interest rate, right? And I move a lot of money around all the time. Actually, I'm looking for a property now. And the same thing Eddie Hearn is doing, trying to acquire Deontay Wilder, is the same thing I'm doing with acquiring properties. But the only thing is I'm using my equity. You understand? Eddie Hearn is using other people's equity combined with the profits that he makes from the Anthony Joshua fight. And the only way you understand this is if you understand how money moves. And I'm talking about big lump sum. I'm talking about millions of dollars, because just listening to how you talk, he says you can pick $5 million. I'll give you $5 million to pick anybody you want to fight after Anthony Joshua fights, not before, for all intents and purposes, right? And at the end of the day, that's where the holdup is. That app, and this is a hypothesis, I haven't done any investigative work or anything like that, is based off of or contingent upon Anthony Joshua being successful. So if he can stall that fight to April 13th, which is what he really, really wants to do, to get that DAZN app off the ground, he has 9 months to put in, 2 fights a month, 16 fights. So he has enough time to build that brand off the back of Anthony Joshua, and in turn, they fight April 13th. And if Anthony Joshua wins, boom, he's the king of the city, right? And that's the plan. So you understand, he wants to wrap up the potential of this mega fight, right? He doesn't want, and he wants to build the monies up on his end. Hey, I got Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. Hey, Bentley Motors, give me $5 million. I'll make sure that you get an ad in. Give me whatever stuff is over there, whatever investors and advertisers that he can get a hold of, those are the monies he's going to get from now until April 13th. That's why it's so far ahead, Wembley Stadium, April 13th. That fight can happen long before that. But Eddie Hearn needs that time to generate some capital. And two, build up that DAZN app with the Super Bowl being Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. And if you fully understand the timeline, and you understand money, and you understand how to leverage money, this is the realities of the game. I'm telling you this right now. I know it without it. I am 100% sure in this, and let you guys know I haven't missed on anything. Everything that I've told you has been 100% factual. I told you it won't be the first fight. It would have to be at least the second fight. I was 100% sure on that. But because you guys want to hear my commentary, I did videos on it. But I told you guys, I don't believe it can happen the first fight. It has to happen at least the second time around, because I knew that they had a deal with Povetkin in place. I don't know if he took the money yesterday or he took the money in February, but I know the deal was congregated long ago. And So that's the end of be all. Eddie Hearn is not as rich as people think. Eddie Hearn is a salesman, and he's a damn good salesman if he's going to be able to leverage Anthony Joshua into a multi-million-dollar Matchroom slash DAZN app. You understand what I'm saying? I know he has stock options in the app. Oh, he's just going to clean house. I mean, honestly, he has stock options, bond options. He has what do you call those things? Like you get in your contract if you become an all-star. He has incentives. So at the end of the day, that's where he's at. The DAZN app will not go into effect, I can guarantee you, until after Anthony Joshua fights. There's no money there. Trust me, trust me, trust me. His app is contingent upon the UK market and the USA market. So when they add up his totals, it's not what they're doing in Canada or what they're doing in Asia. Those are great numbers when you put all the numbers together. But I need you guys to really pay attention to me. The monies that Eddie Hearn generate that will be his is not in Canada, is not in China where they say the app is doing good. I don't know if it's doing good, but this is just stuff that I hear. It's not that. His regions are America and the UK market and the surrounding markets, whichever they agreed upon. That's where his monies are going to generate from. And he believes that if he can get all these fights in these 9 months, he can get 500,000 to 1 million subscribers at $30, $20 a watt, 24-hour programming. Obviously, a lot of things will be on replay, a lot of documentaries, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You times 1 million times $30. What is that? $30 million. And they split the proceeds however they want to do it, right? So that's the realities of the game. Eddie Hearn has no money in comparison. He's probably as rich as I am. And I'm just being real. I'm just being as illicit as I can. It's no way I can go. I would have to partner up with someone, maybe 3 or 4 people, to put on a boxing event, because you got to guarantee I'm talking about a big fight, like a Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. I can put 3 other business partners together. We can come up with $20 million, right? And we can put on that event. I mean, a safety net of $20 million. Obviously, the event won't cost $20 million, but you understand what I'm saying? We got to pay these guys, what, $2.2 million, $2.5 million, $3 million each, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Hopefully Showtime comes in and pitch in some money. And that's typically how the game goes, man. But at the end of the day, Eddie Hearn is not as rich as people think. People get misconstrued with that white skin and blue eyes and his ability to communicate with everything else. So anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I know I probably pissed off a handful of people, but the reality is he's not as rich as people think. You understand what I'm saying? His he's not as, I'm reading text because one of mine is not even a friend of mine. My business partner's ex-student changed something. I'm not gonna go on this in this video because the UK market is gonna eat this up and they have no idea what I'm about to talk about. So that's basically it. He's gonna make a push. They said July 17th that he's gonna announce 8 fighters. I don't know who those fighters are. I have no idea. I haven't even made any phone calls. This week has really been a slow week for me in terms of my engagement with the boxing community. I've been head over heels trying to find a property. I don't like when I have all this money in my bank account because I believe in dirt. That's just what I believe in. I believe in dirt. You understand? You give me $5,000 in cash, that'll last me a year. You know what I'm saying? So I've been real out of sorts with the boxing community. So that's where I'm at with that. I haven't reached out to anyone. I haven't got no text yet on Adrian Broner and how. Oh, actually, I did get a text on Adrian Broner. I'll read it to you guys. Let me read it to you guys. Floyd has him blocked. He's on vacation in Asia. If Ellaby or Floyd don't say it, don't believe it. AB is trolling. That's the text I got. So as I told you guys, the texts are going to come to me. You understand? I don't really have to reach out for it because they know, they trust my ability to report the news. Not because I'm great or I have all these relationships, but they just trust my information. I guess how I present it. So anyways, man, have a great weekend. Obviously, don't drink and drive. World Cup Monday. We got Brazil and Mexico. And if I'm a Mexican, if I'm an American fighter, if I am an American fighter, if I'm an American fighter, I root for Mexico, openly root for Mexico. The world is watching. The entire country of Mexico is watching. Every Mexican American is watching. Get some get some fans on your side. Don't be selfish. You know what I mean? If you're Puerto Rican, if you're black, if you're if you're from Russia and your country is out somewhere in that region, put Mexico on your team. If you're a boxer, you know, because it only makes sense. So, anyways, man, Eddie Hearn, you're not as rich as people think. I don't want to play big bank, take a little bank, because that's how he's gonna respond. I worked too hard to get to this place. I'm not even attempting to gamble what I have. So we're gonna dead that conversation right then and there. I just believe that he's not as rich as people say he is. He doesn't have the liquid. He doesn't have the amount of liquid that people think he has. I know he doesn't. I know because I understand because I've always been in meetings with people where they say, "Can we do this on April 1st? Can we do this? Can we do this on April 1st and then reconvene in September?" You guys keep in mind, I funded and was a producer on an Emmy nominated movie. So I understand how to get money. I understand how to get money. I understand all these things. I understand how to put monies together to buy a property. I own a pretty big building here in LA. So I understand, and it took a team effort to get it. So I understand waiting on this money to clear, getting money from here, and that's exactly what Eddie Hearn is doing. We've all done it as businessmen. It's nothing wrong with it, but to the naked eye, it looks like he has everything and everything's under control. No, no, no. He's waiting on a liquid, as my daughter just wakes up. So anyways, man, Barbershop Conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Talk to you guys real soon. Peace.